Hello, my friends, and welcome to The Simple Sober Life. I am Joshua, and welcome. It's an overcast day, little chilly. It definitely feels like fall. As you can tell, I'm wearing my full sweater, my fancy sweater. I just got back from church today, and it was a fantastic sermon. I woke up at 4 this morning, so apparently sleeping in is a thing of the past. I guess I'm just not going to do it anymore. My body wakes up pretty much almost on the clock about 6 hours after I go to bed. I went to bed a little bit after 10, and 4:15, boom, I was up and I was ready to go. And I sat outside for a little bit. I listened to a podcast, an acquired taste podcast. It's two ladies that just kind of talk about different things, and I love it. And, had a couple of cups of coffee. And then a burst of inspiration kind of struck me out of the blue. And, I worked on my book a little bit yesterday, but I was finishing up a chapter of a time where I'm still a little cloudy on the details, so I was trying to piece things together. It didn't really flow like I had wanted it to, but I'll take care of that during editing, down the road. But with this creative burst of energy, I opened up, it was about 6 a.m. I opened up my laptop and I just started writing. And I finished a chapter and I got into another chapter. And it's a time in my life when I was experiencing a time of sobriety, and, magically things are clear. I actually remember things. It just started pouring out of me to the point where I almost didn't even want to go to church because I was just in that creative space. I was in that mindset. But I am very thankful and grateful that I went to church. Actually, I'm really grateful that I went to church. We go to a Southern Baptist church, and like I've mentioned many times before, I've never been very religious. I was indoctrinated into the Lutheran religion growing up. I wasn't really a big fan of it, so I kind of left the church and just kind of followed my own spiritual path and things like that. And having lived with Katie now, they're Southern Baptists. They're very devout and, very passionate about, their religion and their faith. And I love to see that. But the impression that I've always had of the Southern Baptist religion, what I acquired from different films. And one of the films that kind of pops in my head was Fried Green Tomatoes, where the pastor is fire and brimstone and wrathful God and very theatrical about his sermons and things like that. And even when he gets into the courtroom to defend the woman against a murder, he's, our revivals last 3 days and 3 nights and things like that. And, the normal pastor that presides over this congregation, he takes a very different approach. He's more calm and, very matter of fact and things like that. Well, we're coming up to a revival, and oddly enough, it lasts 3 nights. It's going to go Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But he had his brother-in-law, who is a pastor up in northern Indiana, kind of guest preside over the congregation today. And he had that theatrical ambiance, that theatrical feel about him. And I'm like, wow, now this is what I always pictured in my head. He was very passionate, and he got up there and he really preached his sermon with a lot of enthusiasm. And getting up so early in the morning just sitting there, and especially during prayer, and I hate to say this, I'll have my head bowed and my eyes closed, and I can feel my head start getting cloudy, and I'll almost kind of nod off, and I feel terrible about it. And sometimes I just gotta slap my face so I wake up a little bit. There was no chance of sleeping during this sermon, because he was all about it, and he could you really felt his conviction come through. Now the message that he provided for the regular service, not the Sunday. So they have Sunday school, and then they have the regular service from 11 to noon. And during the regular service, it was about revolting and kind of fighting God. And it got me to thinking about my purpose in life, and fighting against my purpose. So, and I believe that my purpose has changed throughout my life. I've gone through different chapters in my life, and so my purpose has kind of changed. When I was younger, I felt that my purpose was to be an actor, to provide entertainment to the masses, and kind of relieve them of their daily struggles through film and television and being on stage, and kind of creating a sense of a disillusion for people, so that for just a short period of time they could forget about their struggles, forget about their worries, and really get involved with the characters that I would portray. And then when I when I got out of that, I started working in business, doing creative media and digital marketing and things like that. And so at that time, I felt my purpose was to help other people kind of build up their own companies and their own businesses, and promoting them online so that they could reach their goals and their ambitions and things like that. And then alongside that, I thought I went through a period where I believed my purpose was to help people achieve their financial goals. So I was doing a lot of financial planning. I was helping people plan with insurance and retirement funds and budgeting and things like that. Helping people plan for their financial futures. Help them save money so they could go on a nice vacation with their family. And then my purpose was to help people build a personal brand so that they could create more time for themselves, so they wouldn't have to, struggle so hard for so little, but value their time more, do things more efficiently and effectively, so that they would have more time to spend with their family, more time focusing on other aspects of their business, and being able to build up that personal brand online. And it got me to thinking, the underlying purpose in all of those careers that I have done has been helping people. Now, I've always known that I have been meant to do great things. I've always had this feeling deep down inside that I'm meant for a greater purpose. And it just kind of dawned on me today that every passion that I've ever had, the underlining, the foundation of it is helping people. It's kind of an aha moment today during the church sermon. And I know that, he was preaching about, fighting God, but I believe that, my higher power has given me a purpose, and I've just been kind of wandering around trying to figure out what that purpose is. What was I put on this earth to do? And having all of those categories kind of boiled down into one thing, helping people, is kind of mind-opening, kind of mind-blowing. I never really thought of it that way. And so I am so thankful that I was able to attend church today, that I chose to attend church today, because I could very easily have just sat in my pajamas and typed away on the computer and never have been the wiser of what could have happened when I went to church, if that makes sense. I kind of rambled there for a bit. But helping people, I know with 100% certainty, I am here to help people in some facet or another. Now, I'm still looking for the vehicle in which I do that, but to know that, that's a huge step. And that feels pretty incredible. Let me switch hands here. Sorry, my hand was getting tired. But yeah, that's huge. That seems like such a giant leap forward to make that connection. Also, one of the members of the church, Amanda, hey Amanda, came up to me and she said that she started watching my videos. And at first my response is, oh God, what does she think of me? Oh Lord, what? So I was maybe a little standoffish, I hope not. But she was very open and very inviting, and she seemed really enthusiastic to talk to me about him. Just meeting another person who, like her, is, telling their truth and living out their life on YouTube. And, she runs a fantastic video blog where she does, what's the word I'm looking for? Thrift shopping, and she does grocery hauls and things like that, kind of along the lines of what my sister is now trying to pursue. And, I'll link her YouTube page down below if you're interested. I had absolutely no idea that there was such a big following for this niche market. And my sister actually introduced me to this niche market. And at first I'm like, whatever, who's gonna watch someone unload their groceries or create meal plans? I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. But I tell you what, she introduced them to me, and now, even when she's not at home and not watching them, I'll pop them on. I'll pop them on, and they're kind of my guilty pleasure now. It's really interesting to see what people get from the grocery store and how much they spend and whatnot. When you're in the line at the grocery store and you're kind of checking out what other people in front of you and behind of you got, it's kind of like spying in on someone's kitchen or something like that. It's weird, but yeah, we had a fantastic conversation together, and we're going to make a plan to get together and maybe go walking. I haven't been walking at all lately. I'm sorry, that's not true. Outside of the work that I do at work, the exercise that I get at work, I haven't been doing any extra. And so on the weekends, I need to kind of step up my game a little bit, because my little heart thing, or my little health app on the iPhone, I'll do like 19,000 steps during the week each day, and then it'll drop down to like 1,600 on a Saturday. It's a huge drop, so I need to, keep that momentum going. And here I am rambling again, I'm sorry. But we are going to talk and see if we can't coordinate a day where we can just go on a walk and, you know, kind of bounce ideas off each other. And I love that. I love that. One of my favorite things about, you know, the creative space is kind of bouncing ideas off each other, and because that just connects all these neurons in your brain and you start thinking about different opportunities. And, you know, in my videos, I've mentioned that, you know, I'm writing a book and things like that. And it kind of got her motivated, even though she's not really, I guess, in my target audience, but it got her motivated and kind of inspired. She's started a couple of books, but hasn't really finished any. And so it kind of inspired her to, you know, get back on that train and that path. So that is awesome. But wow, I just talked really fast and I just kind of word vomited all over you. I'm so sorry, but yeah, I'm in a good space and I'm excited about the opportunities that are coming up and you know, the progress that I've made. So I hope I have inspired some of you. You know, that is really my underlining purpose for these videos, you know, to help and to inspire people to improve their life and better their life in whatever facet that may be. But I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna eat lunch, and guess what? I am going to take a nap today. It might just be 20 minutes, but I can feel the energy starting to come down, start to drain. I'll probably eat some lunch, lay down on the sofa, and knock out for a while. But I've got church again tonight, so if something pops up, I'll be back to let you know about it. Other than that, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Take care, my friends.